What is the ideal sitting position when driving or sitting at the desk? Have you ever experienced an ache in the lower back or an annoying sensation in the buttocks or your legs whilst driving? The symptoms experienced are often thought to be sciatica. So you search sciatica online and you find several stretches for the glutes, the hamstrings, or even a muscle known as the piriformis, which functions by helping rotation of the hips, helping us to walk. You try the stretches out for a few days and get some minor relief, though the symptoms persist intermittently and particularly after prolonged sitting in the car or at the desk. So what could cause the symptoms? There may be the referral pattern from the Quadratus Lumborum, abbreviated in this podcast as the QL muscle, for ease of explaining. The QL muscle functions by rotating and stabilizing the lower back. Another muscle with a similar referral pattern and closely located to the QL muscle is the psoas major, which is primarily a hip flexor, but it is also involved in stabilizing the lower back, especially during standing. Sitting tightens the QL muscle and hip flexors as they try to resist overstretching, keeping your back fixed and allowing your hips to rotate out so you can sink deeper into your car seat or your chair. Now bear in mind, the deeper you sit in a chair, the tighter the glutes, piriformis and hamstrings will become. Thus, the increased load through the disc and low back will magnify. So what is the ideal sitting position? Well, most sitting positions in a chair or a car seat put the shoulder to the knee at an angle of 90 degrees. The problem here is that sitting at a 90-degree angle or less trains the hip flexors and QL to shorten and weaken. This is where a small yet effective change in the position of the pelvis can massively contribute to unloading pressure off the lower back, making sitting at your desk and in the car pain-free. So what can be done to amend this sitting position? Simply using a seat wedge, towel or a cushion will relieve the stress on the lower back in a natural way by pushing the pelvis forward and automatically causing your knees to be lower than your hips. This position encourages your back to an upright posture and your spine to assume its natural shape. This adaptation will reduce the overworking capacity of the hip flexors and the QL muscles, making their jobs relatively easier. Now, if you cultivate this change into a habit, before long, your symptoms will cease and your back will thank you for it.